Welcome to Voices of the Ancestors, where we explore Georgian polyphonic songs
and the women who sing them. So, Merry Christmas, Holly!
Oh, thank you, Susan. Merry Christmas to you in Georgia. And Happy Christmas and Happy New Year to all of our listeners. We're releasing this episode on the 7th of January 2021, which is Georgian Orthodox Christmas. So we should probably say something like Gilotsav Shoba Achaltels.
Oh, thank you. It's my first time in Georgia at Christmas time, so it's all very special, as is our guest today for our Christmas edition. Our guest is Magda Kevlishvili, a singer, teacher, and leader of children's ensemble Amer-Imeri and co-founder of Mtiebi. Oh, not co-founder, sorry, because the founder was Edisher Garakanidze. She's co-leader of Mtiebi. Because Edisher Garakanidze, who's Magda's father-in-law, he created Mtiebi in 1980. He wanted to bring, as I understand it, a more traditional performance style from the villages and put it on a stage, and he called it ethnographic theatre. His son was Gigi Garakanidze, and that was Magda's late husband. And in this episode, Magda tells us about the ancient Christmas tradition of Alilo, where singers go to a village and greet the villagers with song. And it was revived in the 1990s by Edisher.
Yeah, it's easy to imagine Georgia as this country where, everybody sings and they're all living this folky, traditional life, and they always have done since the beginning of time. But I hate to break it to you, in reality, people have their everyday lives and things get lost and forgotten, especially during the Soviet times. And these traditions, they take hard work, to be remembered or revived. And Edisher was one of those people who worked hard to revive traditional songs and games and folkloric things. And now Magda is also one of those people.
That's so true, Holly. And Magda can be very understated when she's describing what she achieves and what she does. But it seems to me with Amer-Imeri, she's directly passing on everything she learnt, because Edisher was her teacher when she was a 10-year-old child in Amer-Imeri. And so I've been at a rehearsal with her where she sort of turned to me and said, I don't know why I teach this song that way, but Edisher did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's truly Voices of the Ancestors, I guess, isn't it?
It certainly is. Oh, well, welcome to our guest today, Magda Kevlishvili. Have I said that right, your surname? Kevlishvili?
Yes,
I
right.
put too many I's in, I think. And I just want to say when we're recording this, because we want to talk today about Christmas and New Year, but we're recording this after Holly has celebrated Christmas in the UK, I think, but before you celebrate Christmas here in Georgia. So that's just the when. So would you like to say a little bit about yourself?
Of course. Hello to everyone. So I'm Magda Kevlishvili, as Susan said already. I'm already 39 years old.
So young.
So I'm daughter-in-law of Edisher Garakanidze, wife of Gigi Garakanidze. We have one brilliant son, Ilya Garakanidze, who turned 9 years old in 25th of December, so we called it Christmas Boy. So I'm in profession psychologist, but I'm working now in insurance company till 7 o'clock, and every evening I have a rehearsals with my Amer-Imeri or Mtiebi, and I prefer this work, of course. So from 1991, I'm singing. That time I was only 10 years old, and this is my life. I can't live without singing. So.
Oh,
You can ask anything.
Yeah, you mentioned Amer-Imeri and Mtiebi. What is that? Who are they?
As I said, it's my life. This is folklore ensembles. For example, Amer-Imeri is for children, and Mtiebi is an elder group, and it's founded by Edisher Garakanidze in 1918. This ensemble first was men choir. The member were only men, and that time was a very different time, and they started to perform on stage authentic manner. It means that they sing and dance together. They sing not choral. It means that top voice is sang by one person only, so they could improvised or change something. They were free for singing, and other members sing bass, and they dance not classic dance, for they such way they dance such way as a village person dancing in our ancestors dancing in past times. Then Edisher founded children ensemble in 1991 because of they decide to teach children folklore and not elder folklore. So with children, he started to sing with one voices songs, then two voices, and then three. And he taught us singing and dancing round dances together.
Wow.
So the main principle was in Mtiebi.
So, and you said he taught us because you were in Amer-Imeri.
Yes, I was 10 years old, not more. And
wow.
I grew up with Amer-Imeri and then with Mtiebi, of course.
Yes. And you even traveled the world. You toured with them.
Yes, in different villages of Georgia and some other countries of world.
Yeah.
So we have some concert in different cities and countries.
Yeah.
It was in festivals or other tour, and we have also workshops for foreign people and foreign children.
What an amazing experience for you.
Yeah.
Tremendous. So today we thought we would talk about everything to do with Christmas and the New Year because of the time of year. And in Georgian, this is Shoba and Achalitzeli.
Yes.
So for you, when will you celebrate Shoba?
So it's very strange. I'm sorry. Strange that because we Georgians celebrate and some other Christians celebrate Shoba in 7th of January. So and it's a church service, festive service is in night of 6th January.
Okay.
And when it's finished, after it was a tradition, very, very interesting and beautiful tradition of Alilo. After this church service, village people, they decide to sing and congratulate to village people Shobis Muslim. So Dresas Zauli as
And you did this?
Yes. How to say, in Soviet period, Georgia was not celebrate, not Shoba, such way in church, said only in families, not in churches. And also we lost this tradition to congratulate to other peoples with singing. And Edisher, as a scientist, he knows about it, of course, and he decided to give back to people and villages this tradition. So with his member of Mtiebi, he goes different villages and with singing, he congratulate to people Shobis Mosla Shoba. And this village person, young people did not remember, did not know what is this, and they did not know what to do. But grandmas and grandfathers, elder people, of course, they know in their minds.
Yes.
So, I remember this tradition. So they give them food, give glass of wine, and they say some toast. And every year they go to different villages and congratulate to other villages. And nowadays it's everyone knows this tradition. So in Tbilisi and in main cities, from church, a lot of people goes and they walking and singing and congratulate to people, show bismosla in villages also. But still, Amer-Imeri and Mtiebi every year went some of villages.
Wow.
And celebrate this with the village people. For example, last year we were in Shilda with a member of Amer-Imeri.
Wonderful.
We're walking and go. For us, there was not known people, but we congratulate them with singing. It's very miracle moments, really.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I think if I was in a village, I would be ringing you up saying, please come to my village.
And when village people, neighbors, here somewhere came with them and they get as a guest.
Yes.
So they come with me, come to my house and sing for me from my family. And they invite us and said, "Come to my." And we try to not to stay for a long time to one family, because we want to go many
to visit all the families.
To visit all of them.
Wow. That's a wonderful tradition to have renewed, and for you to have seen the very beginning of the renewal.
Yes, it's from the very beginning. And every Christmas day, I'm somewhere.
And do you think it will be possible this year?
I hope.
Me too.
I talk with my member of Amer-Imeri that if we can't go out of Tbilisi, we will go to the Lisi on Chamgeliani's family.
Okay.
We plan, and it very close there live our Mama David, Father David, who is in Blue Monastery. So we will congratulate him too, and others too.
This is a good plan.
Yeah, it's the second plan.
Yes, well,
Plan B.
Surely.
Plan B, yes.
Well, you mentioned the Alilos. That's the traditional folk Christmas song, right?
Yes.
And they have variations in different regions, I think. So do you have a favourite Alilo, maybe personally or in Amer-Imeri?
Yes, my favorite Alilo is the Nabakevri Alilo. It's the name of the village. The region is in Imereti, and it was recorded by Edisher Garakanidze, and I think it was his favorite song. And in Mtiebi, he sang second or top voices in a few songs. And it was one of his favorite, and he sang this second voice.
So he would call it?
Yeah, he was starter.
Yes.
Starter of this song.
Can you start it?
Yeah. Hi, Alilo, Alilo.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And I think the sweetest performer of this song is Edisher. He sings such from heart.
Oh.
Christe Ishva
And I love others too, of course. Megreli and Alilo is a very strange one, with Krima Julie and Kahuri, of course.
Mm-hmm. There are so many.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the Alilo, is that just at Christmas, or will that be in the New Year as well?
No, it's just for the Christmas.
Just for the Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the New Year, we have also tradition Kyrie Alessa. These songs in Guria and in the Samegrelo. Also, they walking.
So they're also sung walking down the street.
Processing.
Yes.
Processing. And they sang this, and the word that is Achali Tzanas Mugachamank means that I congratulate your New Year, and then good wishes that your family be full of food, full of wine, and there will be a lot of children, and also elder person, grandma and grandfather, and other good wishes.
Wow. I think this year that song will be sung with such feeling.
Yes, I think so.
And when is New Year?
In 31 of December. We celebrate first.
Yes. But what about the 14th of January?
Yes, it's we celebrate everything 2 times. In 14 too. Okay. In 14 of January.
Yes.
And we call it Zweli Stilit as an old style New Year. Old style New Year. And in villages, I think they celebrate better in 14. Yeah. And in Swaneti, there started this ritual, 1 week ritual, Lipanali.
Yes.
In 14.
That started on the 14th.
It's continued for a week, and they started in 14. Also, this Kyria Lesa, what we talk about, they celebrate from 14 of January.
Okay. So, do you have a story from I'm sure you have many stories in your memory of going to a village and singing at Christmas or New Year?
Yeah, I remember, I think, all of these years where we were. But I remember very well a few years ago, we've been in Artana, and it was the first time when television was with us. Maybe Acharian television with Mikhail Gabaidze and Etnopori. So their program is they have some, like a theater. They knows what to do, and then they record. And for them was the first time they make what to say. So real. It was real. They record real life.
Okay.
We are walking, we are singing like other years, and they record it. And after everything, our last house was Amer-Imeri, and he was sleeping, and we sing with a very loud voice, one time, two times, and he woke up. He was so happy, so happy. He was crying. He has some ear problems, but he here. And then we talked that we said, well, we are a member of Mtiebi. Edisher, he was a brilliant person. He remembered him.
Wow.
Yeah, they know each other.
Yes.
And then we asked to him, start please, Alilo, Artanuli Alilo. And he started, and one of our member, Mucho, said top voice, and he was crying and singing together. And this... from television, with what we saw, the last was that Amer-Imeri was crying and singing together. I remember this Alilo very well, and the first when we took member of Amer-Imeri with Gigi, it was very strange for us that I was a leader, and not really I one of teacher, no, elder person, and we took little ones, and for them it was the first time. And first when we walk and show that we are Gigi, me, and two members from Mtiebi, and we show to a member of Amer-Imeri how we do this. We sing in one family, and the second and the third time we said, you started and singing. It was like a lesson in life.
Yes. Perfect.
And the feeling was very unusual for me.
Oh.
Yeah, because we learned it this such way from Edisher.
Okay. And you suddenly
in my childhood,
you suddenly realized you were no longer a child. You were.
And I can give to our child the same what I received from Edisher.
Wow.
And it was
a great gift.
Yes.
And in your family, you have other traditions at Christmas, I think. You said you had a grandmother from Guria.
Yes, my mother's mother was from Guria. He cooked very well, and he had very good hands. Every food was very tasty from him. And every Christmas day, he baked special pie, special pie. We called it Sasha-Bau Hvezel. It's Christmas pie.
Okay.
And inside there is a cheese and egg. And it's very delicious, I think.
And it's shaped like the moon, I think.
Like moon, half moon.
A half moon, a crescent moon. Yeah, it's so lovely.
And the eggs means
new birth?
New birth, yes.
Okay.
And like Mraval Jamieri.
Yes, long life.
Long life, yes.
Wow. Oh, and you've spoken with such feeling about Amer-Imeri, the children's group. And I know you said you go to rehearsal, and Amer-Imeri is not just one group.
No.
You are rehearsing different groups with different ages nearly every night. How young are the youngest?
Youngest is he was 5 years old. Now it's he already grew up.
Okay.
From 5 years till 9, it's a little generation, little choir, and then elder one already 13 years till 18.
Okay.
And I'm working with them also 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, from 2012, and I love them very much, like my children. Yeah.
And what hopes and dreams do you have for Amer-Imeri?
For Amer-Imeri, not exactly the generation.
Yes,
for Amer-Imeri, I wish to Amer-Imeri will be for a long time, not for a long, for Mudam. Forever,
yes,
because it's a place where children have childhood, real childhood, because we sing, play Georgian traditional games, dance together. We show them Georgian history, not history on book, like real life.
Yeah.
We show them village life
Yes.
and teach them. And of course, we gave them very good feelings, very good emotions, and love, of course. And they became, in few words, they became very good persons. And for example, maybe others are the same, but for me, it's very, very sensitive that once there was a little accident by the car during the traffic, and it was I was hurrying to the rehearsals, and I called that I can't come, and Nana Walishvili was there with them. So when Merab, Merab, member of Amer-Imeri, hear that something happened with me, he wrote me, "Mas, do you want something? I can come." So, and once was the same from others. If you want, I can help you. And for example, I talk with them about my plans that I want to build in the village some house in Galavani, and I want to tree planting.
Plant a tree.
Planting trees there. He said, "Oh, we can help you anytime when you want. We take us, and we will do everything for you." And they are 18 years old, real teenagers. And when I know and I see that other of the same ages, they have different interested and interesting.
They have different interests.
Interests. Yes.
That reminds me. Do you remember you once had a big? Holly was telling me you had a big bag of records, not CDs, LPs.
Yeah,
it was outside the folk centre.
Yes,
outside the folk centre, and someone at the folk centre was getting rid of all these folk records, all these vinyls, and the kids, the teenagers, just that they took it out onto the street, and everyone was like, "Right, who wants Bassiani? Who wants this one?" And and they were all fighting very politely over these LPs. And it was just such a wonderful moment to see 16, 17-year-olds caring about folk music and wanting to take a piece home with them.
And they carry to each other too. They are so lovely to each other and very warm, and boy to girl and girl to boy. And their relationship is very real and very good, I think.
Yeah. Magda is putting her fingertips together, and to me that feels like equality. It feels like their relationship is very, very equal.
Yes, well, we know that wonderful relationships can be born out of Amer-Imeri, right?
And also what I know, and it's very good for me to see this. Some of them we learn new songs. Of course, we work about it. We work very hard because this is to second voice, top voice, and let's repeat, and we listen. Voice of ancestors records, old records, and we listen what is this phrase and other, and then. But what I love very much that some of them, they have some their own records, this old records, and they listen and they learn from them, and then come. We learn this. Let's rehearse on rehearsals. And I'm very surprised because they work on themselves.
Yes.
So at home on their own, they're learning new songs and then bringing them to the group.
And their music list is folk. And I really, on mobile phones, they have other songs, of course, and also folk list.
Brilliant.
Wow, I think that's going to make them grow up to be very well-rounded individuals and have, as you said, a great knowledge of their home country, and to have pride in that and to respect others' cultures as well. It's a wonderful thing. You're doing good work. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes. I had somebody I was chatting with said of both Mtiebi and Amer-Imeri, they said we were talking about different singing groups in Georgia, and they said, "Oh, but they're not an ensemble. They are something else, like family."
And when we guessed, for example, in Swaneti Chamgeliani's family or in Merisi Mananas Turmanidze's family, they said that we never seen such kind children, and I was happy like a parent. Yes, really. When they said good things about my children, I was very happy and I was very proud, and I thank to my children that they are so good. I hope they will continue to be such good persons.
I'm sure. And we were chatting before about Mtiebi, because I know there was an invitation for Mtiebi to sing at the folklore centre.
Yes.
But it was not possible.
Yes, because of this pandemic period, someone became ill, really. Then we stopped rehearsals because 8 days we have to be at home, and so we can't perform in this on the stage. But we hope in future something will change and we will perform again.
Because the other plan for this year was you are Mtiebi is 40 years.
Yes, Mtiebi already is 40 years old, and at the start of this year, 2020, we have plans, and we decide to make something different, not usually concert. We plan to invite other ensemble who is friend of us, and sing the same style. But our plans stopped for this time. But we hope in the future year our plans will
become alive. That would be great. So
we hope. Because 14 years is not usually thing.
No, I think for an ensemble to continue over 40 years is definitely not usual. No.
And we have a lot of aches.
Heartaches. Yes, those sort of aches. This is true. And much to celebrate as well, both. Yes. Hello, it's Susan and Holly here with a gratitude spot. We'd just like to thank you for listening today, and for those who've supported us on Ko-fi.
Yeah, thank you to our generous supporters for helping us cover the costs of making this podcast. And if you'd like to help us out and buy us a coffee, you could go to ko-fi.com/Voices of the Ancestors, or just click the link. I'll put it in the show notes. But please know, if you don't have the means to support us financially, you can help us out in other ways. For example, you can join our mailing list. I'll put that in the show notes as well, the link to that, or just go onto our website. You can also help us by supporting us on social media, by liking and sharing and commenting on our posts. We're on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all of those places. And you can also follow us on SoundCloud and comment on our episodes and like our episodes there. And if you listen on Apple Podcasts, you can even give us a review. And if you don't want to do any of those things and you just want to help us in one way, you could tell a friend about the podcast. It's really helpful for us. So thanks everyone again, and now back to the podcast. Magda, when did Mtiebi become a mixed ensemble? Because it started just off as a male ensemble, right?
Right, yes. In 2003, we performed on Marjanishvili Theatre on stage, And the concert name was Mtiebi. It means new Mtiebi. And we performed together, the member of Amer-Imeri who grew up in Amer-Imeri and elder member of Mtiebi, who we are with Edisher Garakanidze. And on stage, I think we were almost 28. So we performed together. The repertoire was very different because there was the songs of men, women, and women, and mix, and it was very interesting concert. And after it, Mtiebi became mix one. So.
And you said something about you thought this was the wish of Edisher.
So Gigi thinks that when Edisher think about children ensemble, and in 1991 made children ensemble, he thought about this because in his scientist letters he wrote that on stage it's available to perform on stage whole folklore when there is some Mtiebi, Mtiebi, and Amer-Imeri, because Mtiebi performed women repertoire, Mtiebi men, then they together mix repertoire, and Amer-Imeri children. So when Mtiebi became mix ensembles, we can perform now both three of them, and mix women and men repertoire.
Very good solution.
And how is it for you to sing men's repertoire?
I don't think men's repertoire. I think mix one. When it's, for example, women never sing such ritual songs like Perchisa. It's for men only. Or
round dance?
Not round dance, with walking. Perchisa, maybe you know, in Khatoba they are singing. Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Which region?
Mountainian part. Tusheti or Pshawi. Wachse Noto. Maybe you know it's sing only by men. For example, Mraval Jamieri is also only for men. Working songs like Naduri. But there are some songs where women also were singing and dancing, and such Supru Levi songs that we sing with table. It's mixed one. Mixed one.
It makes me laugh that you say that Naduri are sung by men, because I was looking at some footage from Ajara, and there were all the men were being taught on a stage by a member from the conservatoire, a young woman. And I said, well, this is very lovely, but where are the women? When do they get to learn these songs? And where are they? And she said, oh, they're probably in the fields working.
No, working song was sung for during the work. Naduri. Yes, for example, Church Hartuna was singing with working.
Yes. Oh dear.
Alilo
Magda, what does Voices of the Ancestors mean to you?
Voice of Ancestors. So it means that we are like a bridge that connect us from the nowadays to past time, past period. It's toward I can say such way.
Like a bridge.
Like a bridge. And sometimes when we sing that song that was sung by our ancestors, we are together. Like, for example, when you sing Alilo and you are in the village, the feeling is so strange. You don't think about work. You don't think about, for example, traffic. You don't think about working other thing. You are somewhere with song and with the miracle of the song and tradition.
It's like a timeless thing.
Yeah. Time have no meaning.
So true.
So this is Voice of Ancestors.
Thank you. I think we can wrap up.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Magda, for talking to us today, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Enjoy you.
Whenever, whatever date.
Celebrate everything 2 times and every day for us.
So, as a footnote to this episode, Magda got in touch just to try and explain to us what the name of the children's group means. And as with many Georgian words, there are layers of meaning, and some of those layers it's really quite difficult to translate into English, and there may not even be an English equivalent concept. But from what I understood, Amer-Imeri is the name of the whole of Georgia. So the eastern part of Georgia is known as Amer, while the western part by the Black Sea is known as Imeri. But the other layers of meaning of these words are around, so the word Amer and Amer-Imeri, meaning those who are in this life now, today, and the word Amer-Dan can translate as from now on, henceforth. While the other word in their name, Imeri and Imeri, means those who have died and are in the other place, that their souls are in the sky. It can translate as otherworldly.
Thank you for listening to Voices of the Ancestors with Holly Taylor-Zuntz and Susan Thompson. Our guest was Magda Kevlishvili, with music from Alilo, Mtiebi and Camellia. For more information about this and other episodes, visit voicesoftheancestors.co.uk.